Okay, hello everybody. Good evening and welcome. Nope, it's still waiting. Yeah, good evening and welcome. We are back. We are live here with the second game of the 2015 Samsung Cup semifinals. Thanks for joining me. I'm Andrew Jackson. With me tonight again is Myung-won Kim. And
Hello.
yep, hello. And we are here with the second in a best of three set between Lee Sedol and Ko Jie, two nine-dan professional players. Lee Sedol of the Korean Baduk Association and Ko Jie of the Zhongguo Qiyuan, the Chinese Weiqi Association. It's looking like an exciting game, right? Myung-won, thank you for joining us. I know you're in LA. Here in Seattle, it was rainy and miserable today. Um, how is the weather
Right.
down there?
Oh, it's pretty cold today.
Pretty
Yeah,
cold
so
today? What's cold
yeah,
for LA? Is it like 60 degrees?
yeah, no, like a lot after 68,
68.
67.
Oh man, tough life. Well, thanks for joining us again, Myung-won. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this game. It looks like it has some real similarities to yesterday. Certainly, the shapes in the lower right, a similar
Right.
probing move, but with some
Mhm.
differences, right? Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start talking?
Just from right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's see the game. So
Mm-hmm.
they're going to fight Ko here. I
They're,
mean,
they're gonna fight a Ko here. All right. Well, let's
mhm.
look at your variation board.
So at this time, if he doesn't make a call, I mean, this one doesn't make sense. He Black just erased white's territory by almost like a center.
Right.
So, but if he make a call, where's his call threat? He should make very good big call threats.
Right. White needs to
Probably,
find a
yeah,
big Ko threat with this Ko here.
right, right. Probably white should play something. Maybe make call threats here, some here, and then something like this one. Maybe yeah, he should fight this call. No matter what. But this one, maybe not big enough.
All right. So maybe we should sort of establish the scene here. It looks like
Mhm.
from the game that White is maybe already on the back foot.
Yeah, he's like a desperate again, like
Again.
yesterday in the middle game,
Oh wow.
right?
So yes, yeah. This
So
the story of yesterday's game was that it seemed like after only about 40 moves or so that Lee Sedol had fallen behind, right?
mhm,
And this one, at least, it seemed like the opening went slightly better for Lee Sedol, but already we're saying that
right,
he's desperate.
right. I like to point out, no, for this game, I
Mm-hmm.
think, no, after I finished the review
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, I thought, oh yeah, it's going to be very tough. But then I thought, yeah, this game, no, Isedon would win. I like to, expect. Because yesterday I see something like a compromising move. Remember in the right low corner
Yeah.
when Koje made a cross cut,
Right.
while Black didn't respond,
Right.
and then Black just tried to get like a 3 stones on the right side,
Right.
and then Koje got like a so very good territory in his right side.
Right.
There was a to me it was like a compromising, but I thought he's not going to make that kind of move. He's going to play the most severe move from the beginning.
Right from the get go, he'll be
So
100% coming after Kojie and not looking to compromise at all. Right.
right, so that's why I think he's going to win this game. But so far, I don't see like a that severe move yet.
Okay. We haven't seen those severe moves yet. Oh, can you give us an example? Can we maybe talk about some places
Yeah,
where maybe there's more severe
this one.
moves? This one right
Yeah,
here.
this one. Yeah, this one. I mean, this diagonal move is very solid but slow,
Sure.
right? And
Sure.
then it's rather like um reducing black's territory more than like attacking the group.
Right.
For example, like this one.
Right.
He tried to reduce and make it the game like longer, other than just just do whatever he's in his power to attack.
Well, maybe we
Left
should
side.
roll back and explain why L17 was what Lee chose there. That maybe he had another option, or even like
Another option.
why Black is trying to settle that group on top to begin with.
Yeah, this one maybe another option would be like this one.
Mm-hmm.
If he made this change, if black here, then whatever happens, that's good exchange. Right
Okay.
now, black cannot come outside easily, right?
Right.
So if black just play here, then that's pretty big. Or he can attack this one first. Now it seems like white has somewhat like initiative.
Okay.
Comparing
Comparing this
this
to the
one.
alternative.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, right. Right now it's completely gone. The attack, opportunity is completely gone.
Sure.
Because white's move, black's move here at A,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's very thick.
But
This is
right.
what, the $1 million turn, right? They say
yeah.
that turn is worth $1 million.
Right. But if you play this one,
Mm-hmm.
then I think black will cut right away here.
Sure. And now we'd be fighting.
Yeah, now it'll be fighting. Like this one. And then what can he play? If he play this one, then yeah, that's fighting. I mean, but after this he can play this one right away, in fact.
He can cut across at the top. So white will be able to look for targets on both top and bottom here.
Right, it's not that easy for black. This one doesn't work.
That looks like
Black has to play
does.
here. Yeah, that might be pretty painful too. Black has to leave in the upper side.
Right.
So that might be the only option, only chance I can see so far that white can initiate the fighting, which doesn't look very bad for white.
Right. And it's important for white to be the one initiating the fighting here, because
exactly.
Well, explain
because
why would that?
Yeah, especially if you play with the top professional like a Koja.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the game yesterday. Lee Sedol just lost from beginning to the end.
Right. Right. He didn't have a lot of chances to take the initiative.
Yeah, and then this move is what I expected today.
And instead,
but this one, yeah, I don't think it can work. I mean, it can work to me, but it may not work.
It also seems like there's still like black can still cross underneath, right? Like he can still crawl at L18. So how can white attack that group on the top?
No. He's not going to play this one. He played this one.
Yeah.
So L18.
What I'm saying is that L17 doesn't even block the connection, right? Like black.
L17 itself reduce black's territory.
Mm-hmm.
So comparing to black play here.
Right.
Yeah, black can swell on his territory in the right side.
Right.
So they want just like reducing black's territory. It does not have any intention to cut and attack.
Got it.
Because right now black is just alive.
Okay. So you think we should go back and look at the beginning here?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, actually no. Let me see how he played. So I think let me see. Yeah, as I expected. Yeah, he should make core threats. That's the only option he has right now, because I told you just connection doesn't make sense. This one doesn't make sense, and if he just make a core, he doesn't have enough core threats.
So he needs to find something very severe.
Right? Yeah, it's called like what I call like a manipulator. You can manipulate.
Right. You manipulate the situation. You make a few exchanges now when you know how it's going to work.
Right. So, but these are all bad exchange. The problem is these are all bad exchange. He doesn't want to make in normal circumstance.
Right. These co-threats are all sort of they lose potential that white would otherwise have in the corner.
So right now, yeah, white can win this call right now. This is the only time that he should play here and make this call. Right now, it's just so big. Black cannot ignore, right?
Right.
and that's what his intention was. But if you look at the side, it's very clear. White black increased next some at least couple of points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he lost. I mean, if you count some aji, he lost like at least like 5 points here. And
Right.
then yeah, let's guess now where he's going to play next move.
Does black have no co-threats? It seems like black has some co-threats on the group on the right-hand side.
Right hand side, it is no, it is difficult. If you play this one, then probably, but that's too much of loss.
Hmm.
And then that's Blades asks why is still alive.
I was curious if black connects at q7, if white is
So,
still alive. If he connects
oh,
this,
this one?
yes. If he connects here, if white is still alive.
Oh, why is this still alive?
Hmm.
No, just itself. This one itself is alive.
Right. By itself, the two-space notcher on the edge with two legs is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. So black should play something. No, he as I saw his game yesterday, his counting is very accurate too.
Oh yeah? How could you tell?
So yeah, he just played very simply. When he was like somewhat complicated, not somewhat complicating. Do you remember the point of 3 stones on the right side?
Right.
You mentioned about the value of Fente because value of Fente was big because of the 3 stone, right? He had a chance, but he didn't save it. Do you remember? He just played left side,
right,
to make sure that everything is kind of very solid.
Yeah,
and
he just made the wise move. We were even talking about how, of course, he won't do this because he's young, and then he went ahead and connected anyway, proving he has wisdom beyond his years.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. What I think. He's reading. His counting was very good. Oh, wait a minute. He
connected.
Why cut this way?
He cut this way.
Oh no, why cut? Yeah, why cut this way?
So black has some local threats now, right?
Yeah, I see. So, white even afraid of this one. If you play here, white afraid. Black can just connect.
Oh, and he won't win the ko at all.
Then it might be. This is good enough for black. That's what he afraid of. No, white.
So white is trying to play even more extreme, but this gives black more co-threat. Like white needs to find more co-threats now after black connects, right?
Right. Black has local co-threats.
Starting with this one, yeah.
Then white will play this one. White has more co-threats. Here. I mean, that's also a loss, but he lost a lot anyway, so maybe he wouldn't mind, a couple more.
He's already written them off, so it's okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if he wins this core, that's better.
This is a better ko to win, because now the other 4 stones at D8, D9, C9, and C10, those stones will also be possible profit in the future, right?
Right. But yeah, let me count this one first. If this one is good enough, then black will choose this variation. So yeah, can you count too?
Can I count? I don't know, because I wouldn't know how to count the area around C12. I would find that really hard.
Yeah, in this kind of counting, you can count the confirmed territory first. And then just not confirmed territory, you can just make it as a goal. How much territory it should have.
Okay.
So that's easier way. And remember the purpose of counting is to see your position, where you are.
Right, and what you need.
Set your strategy.
Right.
Doesn't have to be correct.
My teacher
had as long as you can set.
I heard a question which was, when you're asking, are you invading or attacking, do you get enough? And in order to answer the question of did you get enough from an attack, or like did you reduce enough, you have to first know how much you need to reduce, right? Before you can say, I got enough from this attack. You have to know how much you need. Do you need 20 points or 30?
Right.
So,
exactly.
Right.
So that's also the reason why you count the confirmed territory first,
Mm-hmm.
and then just set as like a not decided area or territory as like a variable.
Right.
Set aside
Right.
and make it. Set your strategy. Use it to set your strategy. So let's count. Okay, let's count together for the confirmed territory.
Okay.
So right lower corner looks like the biggest territory white has,
Mm-hmm.
and then
The
that's
left lower corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a 35 points,
Okay.
34 points actually, and then right side like a 6, so like a 40, and then the left upper corner is less than 10 points,
Right.
so less than 50 points. No, approximately like a 50 points,
For
right?
white.
For white,
Mm-hmm.
and then black has. And it's like a 20 points in the right lower side, right?
Yep.
That's minimum. And right low corner, yeah, that becomes pretty, big.
The lower right corner.
Right upper corner,
Oh,
yeah,
the
right low corner is 20 points.
yep.
Right upper corner, almost 30 points.
So that's 50
Looks
points
like a
just with those two
yeah,
corners.
looks like it doesn't be like that much, but white made so many bad exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without those exchange, it can be 30 points, but right now it's almost 30 points.
Right.
So 50 points. So white has only 50 points, right?
Right. So white has only 50 points, which means that if black has 50 points between those two corners, then it would seem like
Then-
black, everything else, if black gets anything else in the center, around, K7, if he gets anything on the left side, then black would be ahead here, right?
Yeah, if black has like a 10 points in everywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't seem to be difficult to have 10 points.
Mm-hmm. Now, as
Right, the left side.
the game has gone exactly as you predicted there, with those threats happening, and then black playing indeed D14 as a threat right there, which we're just seeing.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of knew his game style.
Mm-hmm. Now, but my
So
question is could white play C14 and then have another co-threat at T18?
Oh no, yeah, that's possible. Yeah, he can play this one. He has three more co-threats.
Right. So he has a few
Yeah,
more
right.
co-threats.
Right,
And
he has to respond. Yeah, that's a very good point. Right.
so it might be worth answering D14 first, right?
Right. So yeah, that's how you decide. I mean, after you count, then you know that you are behind. So that's how you can decide between A and B. I mean, it's one and two.
1 and 2. There we go. No, so of
right.
course, as soon as I say that now, the game has indeed progressed, and instead of having that extra co-threat, white did connect at B8. So white connected the co at B8.
Yeah. So, but in fact, you have to keep reading like this one after this. That exchange is not a bad exchange at all for black, right?
Sure.
So it's not the biggest core threat. It's just like enough core threat for black. Black has like a bigger core threat somewhere else,
Right.
right?
Right.
Maybe
right.
something like maybe somewhere like this one. Then you can cut later. You have to do the same process like over and over.
Right.
You also count and then see how much territory.
So they must be counting here, at least 10 times every move, right? Dozens of times.
Yeah, right.
Each move and
Right,
each
right.
co-threat they're evaluating.
Every time you should count.
Huh.
Another co-threat can be somewhere this one.
Sure.
So every time you have to count, again.
Each time you got to count. Goodness, that's a lot of counting. Okay, so tell you what, Myungwon, we have some folks asking how this game started and how we got ourselves in this situation to begin with. Do we want to rewind all the way back and look at the game from the beginning?
Yeah, sure. So Koje is playing very well with white. I
Mhm.
read on news that he actually mentioned that it's the Komi is not reasonable.
He thinks the
No,
Comey is
these
too
days.
high.
Too high, right?
Wow.
He
Okay.
thinks. But if you count all the games, then I believe still black has better result.
Hmm.
So it might be his preference.
Hmm.
But yeah, he plays very well with white.
We saw that yesterday. Now, I had heard also conversely that Lee Sedol prefers black.
Oh yeah, because he's like a fighting style.
So in this case today, then neither of them has the color they want. So
Right. So yeah, it's the same shape that we
mm-hmm.
saw yesterday. Yeah, this exchange, right?
Right.
I mean, he didn't make this exchange. He just played that one first, and then ignored and played somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So you may think, oh, what's good for this exchange at this time, right?
Right.
So the reason why can ignore and then think it might be still okay is because if you don't make this exchange, for example, if you just play here, right?
Now white will
Then
pinch her.
black, yeah,
That's what I meant to say.
black
Yeah,
will
black
play
will pinch her.
here,
Thank you.
right? Black
Right.
is not going to play like a timid move, right?
No, there's a huge
It's
difference
going
between
to
those two moves, which I think that
that's huge difference,
Right.
right? At this time, this one stone,
Mm-hmm.
this white stone is really isolated.
Very
There's
constricted.
no possible way to make base.
Sure.
But this one is different. As you can see in the real game, he can live.
Right. Right.
Right.
He can even go crawl out and
Yeah.
connect to R10.
Right.
Right.
Right. Or maybe he can just attach and make kind of core shape like this.
Sure.
So
This would
yeah,
be
that's mhm.
mhm,
yeah that's why I think that this exchange will be okay.
got it.
Mhm. So like this move, you should know why this one is bigger than here. I mean, you're strong enough, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's right. And it's
Yeah.
because I can almost think of that the black formation in the lower right corner. It really wants
Hmm.
to extend on the bottom side. So a
Right.
move like
Right.
f3 is sort of checking. It's a checking extension. It prevents black from making a really large extension and approaching at f3.
Right. Exactly. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you enclose the corner, you should enclose to the broader side,
Right.
right? So in terms of the number of lines in the left side and lower side, it's exactly equal, right?
Right.
So this one is just one line, lower than the start point. This one is one line left
Yep.
to the
Yep.
start point.
P3
So
and
it's like a same
C15 are
thing,
exactly the same distance apart. Right.
right? But he has like a more potential in the black has more potential than white has in the left upper corner.
Hmm.
Yeah, because there's so many stones here, right? The many stones. I mean, this one.
Yep. That definitely looks like it's pointed towards the bottom side.
Right.
Right.
So that's why you should enclose to this way,
And
the
also,
lower way.
if we sort of look at it at this point, black has played all of his stones just on the right half of the board.
Mm.
Right.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Whereas.
So it's related to efficiency too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know for the efficiency, you should concern in the beginning.
Right.
For the efficiency, you should try to make your stones more efficient in the beginning.
Right.
Because in later of the game, the value of stone doesn't change.
Sure. Well, it's almost
So
like at the beginning when we've only played 10 stones. 2 stones is 20% of all the moves I've played, right? But after I've played 100 moves, 2 stones is only 2% of all the moves I've played, right? So does that kind of make sense? Like each move in the beginning carries an outsized weight of its importance.
yeah, that's interesting approach too.
Maybe.
Yeah, actually, maybe that's right. What I actually meant was if you look at for example, look at this one.
Right.
A.
Right.
So the value of A, doesn't change. I mean, he's just alive, right?
Right.
whatever you play, it's just alive, and then that's it. But right now, in the beginning, so at this time, the value of A can fluctuate a lot.
Hmm.
Either a black side and or white side.
Sure,
It
sure.
can be dead. It can be saved. It can be like a 10 points to black, or it can be like a draw.
I see what you
So
mean. I see what you mean. It could end up being being in the middle of a second.
right,
That's right.
right. So that's why he played to this side,
Mm-hmm.
because there are so many stones, black stones on the right side. So he tried to reduce the efficiency of all his stones
Right.
on the right side,
Right.
right? So
Absolutely.
that's why he played that one. And then black played the next move exactly follow the same rule, same principle.
Sure. Sure.
By this move, he tried to increase all the efficiencies
Of the
of black
stones in the
stones.
lower right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because not only like a lower right lower side, but right upper side too.
How does it affect the
So
stones in
if
the right upper side? It seems.
okay, you can see the next couple of moves here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's in the facts,
Right. It's reaching
right?
out
It's
sort of to make this broad framework on the
right.
bottom side, right? And
From yesterday's game, I realized that he concerned the efficiency a lot.
mm-hmm.
So that's why, remember, I mentioned that that exchange, yesterday's game, he didn't want to make that exchange useless.
Right.
So he didn't want to save directly. He plays so many like some creative, like attaching to the low side and making the cross cut, right?
Right.
So that those moves are all concerned about like raising the efficiency. He
Sure.
doesn't want to waste any of his stone.
Sure. And it seems like he's able to make that exchange of R5 and Q5, those triangled stones that you have. Like,
Mhm.
by playing this way in the lower left, he's making that exchange into a good exchange for black, or at least not a bad
E-
exchange, right?
Exactly,
Right.
yeah, exactly. That's right. So, I mean, at this time, if you play something like this, that's fine. Not a problem.
Right.
You
That's a
wouldn't say
normal move. Right.
you can say this is a bad move,
Right.
but this is also could be good move, and this is his game style. He want to maximize his stone's efficiency.
Right. This one is cooperating with all of the other stones he's played so far. Right.
Right, right. So yeah, okay. So this one right now, yeah, that side, the low side is done, right? The
The
low
low
side is
side
pretty
is
much done.
is less interesting. Sure.
Right, if you play here, that's only like a three space in
Mm-hmm.
between. So the left side is pretty big. So
Right.
yeah, even though you try to increase your efficiency,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to play the big plays too. I mean that's so big.
Right. To play in the bottom would become over concentrating, and then white
Yeah,
stones would be much more efficient if white got to the left side
right.
first. Right.
But you may want to play this one. I mean that's so like a normal.
That would be the normal move to make that base on the
Right.
left side, right?
Yeah, right. But he played this one.
He didn't do it.
Yeah. He played this one, just same reason, the same reason
Mm-hmm.
why he played this move, right?
Right.
And
So
it seems like a too far.
it does, but I was just about to say it seems like L4 is really far away from H5, but it seems
Yeah,
hard for
right.
white to actually push through there, right?
Well, I can play this one, but if I play this one right now, maybe it might be too early to do it.
Hmm.
And
Too
then
early to.
black can play this one, yeah,
Aha.
later.
And just
And
give up.
right,
Right.
at some point, white can make this exchange, right?
Hmm.
White can make this exchange, and right now it doesn't look very far,
Right. Now it
right?
looks like it's the right
Yeah.
distance.
Right. So this one, again, he want to make the efficient move, as efficient as possible.
Right.
So he want to go like a 1-9 further.
Right.
If you just play here, then I can just play here and then just go
And that's
go
again sort of a
into
resilient shape on the bottom for white, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this move is completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now I should save. those kind of move, they don't, those like a top professional,
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to connect.
Of course.
But yeah, if you find try to find some Go proverb, then in Korean Go proverb, we
Yeah.
say there's no such a pool who doesn't connect the peak at one space jump or something like that.
Yes.
But
This. No, the one that I heard is even an idiot will connect the peep. Right.
oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
that's much smoother
A
translation.
fool, even a fool connects the peep. That's right.
Yeah, right. So, but they don't like this kind of the pole shape,
Hmm.
pole connection.
Right.
Yeah, it's not efficient.
Looks like it's just a stick, just a big stick. It's got no eye shape
Yeah,
at all.
50. Yeah, he rather try to live inside. I think this is a good idea. I think this is okay. I heard he spent so much time on this one.
Yeah, he
There
spent a
might
long time
be.
deciding on this move right here. That's right.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It was Lee Sedol
there
who
might
spent a
be
lot of
many.
time on it, not
Mhm.
not Koje. Lee Sedol spent all the time
Oh, okay.
deciding if he was going to crawl out with R6. He spent almost 20 minutes on R6 alone.
Oh, okay. So he probably was thinking about like this variation.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be some other variations, but no, Koje, when he's winning, I realize that he play very simply, or unless he might be losing, he just play very fast too.
Right. Right.
So when it's not that important, just play
I was thinking
fast.
that maybe he would slow down if he was a little bit behind, but I guess we'd have to see him be behind before we could find out if that's right or not, huh?
Hmm. Yeah. If you just play this one, that doesn't help much
Mm-hmm.
because uh, white is not alive, right?
Sure. So this
The
is
whole
only slightly better than the stick that we already saw. It's got
yeah.
what,
The
one
whole
eye.
idea of playing this one is to live inside. He
Right.
doesn't want to just go outside and be floating.
Right.
No, floating is the most hated idea.
It's so important to be able to know if you ignore something, if they will make you float, or if you can make
Mhm.
someone else float. It's such an important, technique to be able to read that sort of thing in advance. So
Right.
yeah.
So he just choose to leave.
Right.
Well, black can, in fact, black could play this one too.
Oh, you mean white? White.
No, black.
Oh,
Black
black.
could just
Yeah.
hana,
Mm-hmm.
from inside. That one seems to be also okay idea.
Mm-hmm.
Or oh yeah, actually I can play this one too.
Still looks like it's alive inside without any trouble.
Right.
Right. Although that seems to secure the upper right-hand corner much better, huh?
Right. I think that one looks like a slightly better for black.
Hmm. Less agi
But
for
black
white in the upper
I
right.
can I can play here too.
Oh.
Yeah. It's somewhat more complicating.
That's a nice way to parry S10 with P8. That's so you just played that very quickly. I don't know how many
Right.
of our readers would see that answering S10 not immediately at S9, but answering it at P8 instead is a
Oh,
sort of a
right.
more active way to respond, right?
Yeah, so make this exchange first.
Right. Then you come back and connect, right?
Right. Right. So yeah, for like a strong players, especially for Chinese players,
Mm-hmm.
they don't pursue kind of uncertain way, unless they are losing. That's what I realized. I think there might be because they played like a thousand games
Mm-hmm.
on Paizen, on the internet,
Right.
and then if you don't have much time, then you should just go with the easy way, like an
Right.
easier way. Yeah.
Exactly.
So even though this might be playable, he couldn't see all of the pros and cons
If
and
it
all
looks
the variations
uncertain,
after
don't
this.
do it.
Yeah,
Right.
uncertain. So he just played here, like simply. Yeah, this is simple, right? Very
Right.
simple. And then he thinks there's no reason that he sees this game as pessimistic.
Sure.
Yeah.
So black can be happy sort of with the opening already.
Right.
Hmm.
this one though, he could play like upper side.
Sure.
Um,
Where would be the
but
point on the upper side if you were going to play up there? Wouldn't it be bigger
upper
to
side.
pincher the stone on the left side?
Yeah, you mean this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there might be big too. This one is difficult to say which one is better. I don't think he's going to play this one right away because the side is basically bigger, and then
Mm.
he doesn't want to be attacked in the left side.
Sure. So that's the
So
move then that white is aiming to forestall, is white is trying to prevent black from playing p9, right?
yeah, right.
So, and then p9 for black, it seems like it makes territory in the middle, but that's the only thing it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Right,
it's not very urgent for white to play at p8.
right. If
Hmm.
you play p9, that's no one thing good about this one that he can get this one in the center.
Hmm.
That's not that small. Clearly that's not that small.
Right.
But I kind of think this is too early though. But I don't know. This there is big too, so it's difficult to say which one is better.
Okay.
But Isidor's game style is somewhat what can I say? It's so it's not easy going. He plays something. The opponents feel somewhat uncomfortable.
Got it.
Something like this one, like sticking to his opponents.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. So it did seem yesterday that even though we said that black or that Koje was ahead, it did seem
Mm.
that Isero was constantly catching up. That even though he
Oh,
was
right,
behind, he was
right,
constantly narrowing the gap, right? And that if
right.
there was any sort of a slip up, that Isero would be able to be ahead very quickly.
More accurately, it's not like a narrowing the gap. It's like a sticking, like a he's like giving some pressure, and then just keep the tension. It's not like easy going.
Got
Like
it.
the invasion, the upper side, the Isidore made.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it's good move or bad move, or maybe it's I cannot say it's narrowing the gap because in fact he lost,
Sure.
right?
But it definitely doesn't ever
But
take the pressure away.
right,
Right.
right, right.
Hmm. Okay.
So
So black
I would
invades on the
say,
top.
yeah, this one is that kind of move too.
Right.
hmm But yeah, normally, no, most of pro, I think, okay, not most, but 80% of pro
Mm-hmm.
would not play this move.
Hmm.
80% would not play. Maybe, yeah, this one definitely looks very big,
Right.
and maybe you can think about, yeah, A looks really big. B is too no too slow,
Right.
but this one would be big.
That B. M17 would be the other place white could consider.
Yeah, but yeah, A looks bigger than B. So anyway, so let's go. Let's see the next move. So again, I don't think this is a good move.
Hmm.
Yeah. So far it looks okay for white too. No, I don't see white is losing, and there's not a mistake I can say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is okay, but what I expected of him today was more severe move, like initiating fighting.
Sure. And
So this
L17
kind of
definitely
move.
does not initiate the fighting. That's for sure.
No, it's not initiating fighting.
Hmm.
So yeah, at this time he already lost the initiative. Look at all the white stones here.
That white group
It
in the middle.
reduced, yeah, it reduced black's territory probably potential in the right side, but they didn't do anything,
They're
right?
kind of just floating there in the middle of neutral points. They're not going to make any territory for white either.
Right, compared to
Right.
black stones. How many
Right.
stones? Yes, it's 7 stones and 7 to 6, right?
Right.
But it was originally white's influence.
Right.
White has the right to make territory.
Right.
White goes fast.
That was where
But
white
right
had
now,
sketched out his territory and he didn't get anything for it.
right,
Hmm.
with jump to the corner left, it seems like all the white territory has been erased.
Got it. Huh.
So yeah, I would say, and then yeah, Koja of course doesn't play this kind of move.
No, that'd be too
Right?
easy.
No, yeah. If you are not confident about reading, then you can just escape. But he is very confident
So
on
let's
he
talk
knows.
about b6 there, because b6 is a move that aims at the corner aji in the lower left, right? I don't think it's a
Mhm.
move that a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah, right.
folks would find immediately.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because the corner is some kind of easy to leave, right?
So
The
could you
corner
show?
is easier to make a territory, but easier to leave too.
Sure, sure. So if white tried to resist the cross underneath with
Mhm.
something, black could just jump directly into c3, right, and be alive without any
Right,
trouble.
right. So for example, if you play somewhere here,
Mm-hmm.
I mean this one is better than A
Yep.
because you can uh yeah, this one is just better. And then if you play here, then there's only two stones in the corner, right?
Right.
And making like a big knight move is to be cut, but already white cannot kill black.
Already, black will be able to live just with these two
Right,
stones. Right.
right. So like this one, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if this shape is on the side, then black cannot leave. But because this is on the corner, black can just leave.
Right.
Do you know this
I
life and
sure
death?
do. I was hoping you would ask. This is the
Okay.
small mouth of pig. Small
Yeah.
pig's mouth. That's right.
What if I black play here? Then how can you leave?
I would turn in at b2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes, I'm still for that.
Yeah.
Whew, it was close.
Yeah. So if you take it, then this one is dead.
Now you're in trouble. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And the
trouble.
hane actually is important. If black doesn't have a4, then black is also dead,
Oh.
right?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry,
If you
was
play
I
this one
rushing
first.
ahead of you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, without the
So,
hane,
yeah.
this would
Mhm.
be a dead shape as well. If black tries c1, the descent. So the reason that I know this one is that they say that this shows all of the techniques to kill. You have the hane,
Ah.
you have the placement,
Okay,
and you
right.
have the
Right.
descent to make a false eye. That all of those
Yeah, you
techniques are all the ones that you
Yeah.
need to use. So
Yeah, you can find this program, in many books.
it's a famous one.
So
Very famous.
yeah, right. So black can just leave, making two eyes. So that's why this move works.
Right.
So corner is so big, he cannot allow. So you should play here,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then that's how the core was made.
Right. This is
But-
how we got where we started,
Yeah.
and this is where we came in. So now we've caught up to where we started here. We saw this co-fight happen. We saw Lee Sedol had to make this more extreme ko with d7, even though that gave black more local co-threats.
Mhm,
And then with the
right.
resolution, we saw white resolve the ko by ignoring d14, that shoulder hit.
Mhm,
right?
Right.
So
So yeah, that's so much like losing core threat. So white's expectation is very high.
right, white's expectation is that he
Should be very
has to
high.
win this ko.
Right. That means, another word, black's expectation is low. Black gained a lot already, like 5 points in least in the right upper corner.
Right.
So that's why he just came up with an idea that this might be good enough.
Right.
Among all other core threats.
Yep.
Like this one.
Yep.
This one will be bigger. Definitely, this one will be bigger. Right?
But if white answers that one, white still has other co-threats at t18, right?
Right. So white will answer this one. White has many core threats. So
So,
you can.
Does
can
that mean that
count
it's
the
in
number-
black's interest not to play the biggest co-threat?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just play the just enough core threats, or this core threat. If it's not a losing core threat at all, then he can just play this one. But it might be a little bit losing core threats.
Right. So if this co-threat causes a loss, since white
Right.
still has more co-threats in the upper right-hand corner, black isn't actually playing the biggest co-threat. He's playing the co-threat that is only just big enough. Is that right?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
that's right. So he can play maybe like this one later.
Hmm.
So he doesn't want to take any losing court that.
Hmm.
Just enough court that he can win.
Just enough co-threat so he can win. And then so white connects, and black pushes down, and white makes another exchange here. And then what happened?
So again, no, because we counted already, so it's easier to evaluate at this time too.
Sure.
So white territory increased a little bit by playing this one. So it might be a little bit over 50. No, okay, let me confirm.
And this
again.
is before you added in Comey. So with Comey, white would be at 60. Is that right?
Oh yeah, 60. That's right.
That's right.
So
And you know you need
white is
60 points to
60.
win. I think we already talked about that last night. So.
Right. So black has 50 points in the right side, right lower and upper corner together. So black has more than 10 points in rest of area. Then black is okay, right?
Right.
But it seems like already he has 10 points.
Uh,
No, in upper side and then the left side.
On the upper side and the left, he has 10 points. Is it possible
Yeah,
that
10
white
points.
can make any stronger reductions? For instance, invading the bottom side, or like if he
No,
is
not bottom side. Maybe what he can do is just like a sliding.
just a
this
slide,
one.
it's too much to try and
Yeah,
invade at N3.
Yeah, and then because his turn, he's not going to lose the center. Yeah,
Right.
he should play the somewhere here or I think something on the bottom side.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, right now. Oh yeah, look at his move. He's so conservative
That's very
making
thick
this move.
right there. Very thick.
Yeah, basic. And then you have to use the mi. So what I see what he's trying to do right now.
Okay.
So I didn't see the game, but probably he sees this one. This one is very thick, because he made very thick thickness in the center, right?
Right.
If you play A, then he can attack.
All of those white stones in the middle will be very fragile.
Right. He can attack these guys.
Right.
And then he can get like a 10 points.
Right.
10 points plus very easily. So yeah, if you play this one, you can play maybe on the low side. Let me see. Oh yeah. Right.
So this is very similar.
Made the connection.
That's very similar.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, that's it. That's why you think is enough.
Okay.
You just make a big, yeah. So yeah, you have to use this mi concept.
Right. If you
Yeah,
take the one,
yeah,
I'll take
so
the other. That's right.
Right. So he make it exactly like the same variable for A and B.
Right.
So the low side becomes equivalent, right? Yeah, it's probably might be like a 30 points.
Right.
The right lower corner.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Yeah, about 30. So the right upper corner is also about 60. So it's about same, without the upper side, and then left side is almost gone though right now.
So the left side is gone. So the margin that black has right now is just that group on the top.
Right.
And
about this.
Will black make any points in the middle, the area around K6 or so?
Well, in fact, if that's only the margin he has, the upper side, it's not going to be big. There's some edge too, something like this.
Sure.
So it's not going to be that big, but yeah, black. Just imagine black play, this one.
So the sense is that this is still a close game, but that black has a slight lead.
Yeah, right. And then Yeah, let me see a little bit more
All
for
right.
what he played. Okay. So yeah, Lee Sedol is very good. In fact, on this kind of now we have expression like
Mm-hmm.
scratching, like a scratching to to the owned or something. The
Scratching what?
how can I say
I don't know.
scratching the owned, like you got hurt somewhere, and you are
Scratching
scratching.
the wound? The wound?
Yeah, wound.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. So
So
this,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, this kind of his strength.
Is he can
He
just pick
can
at it
just
and pick at it and
yeah,
pick at it.
right. So right now, you can see this term
Yeah.
has like a less liberty, right?
Right. 3 liberties. That's right. That's all they've got.
Yeah. Right. So right now it's easier to make this kind of move.
Wow. Right. He's really gonna
Right.
aim at the severe moves
Yeah.
there on the top.
Right. Or even he can just play this one.
How to answer that? Hard.
Yeah.
So how does black answer? How does black answer F14?
Okay. Oh, he just connected. Oh, he just extended. Okay. Right. So
So
yeah, if you just
so
if you lose,
is white aiming
yeah,
at the eye shape of the whole group on the left here?
um, it's difficult to say that because play is connected.
Right.
The whole two groups are connected, right?
Right. Absolutely. That's why
And
it
that's
seems difficult to me to understand L18. So when white blocks at L18, it seems to me like he's keeping black
oh
from crawling out. So what's
oh
the
yeah, right.
purpose there? I mean, it has some endgame. He can make a monkey jump from there, right? After
Hmm.
he plays L18.
So this one, right?
Right. This is the game, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I
If
have
you
trouble understanding this. If he's not attacking the whole group, what is that doing?
okay, right now you should understand that there's not big place left.
Right.
So this A connection would have been very small, like a 20 moves ago, like even 10 moves ago.
Right.
But right now it seems to be the biggest on the board.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that now
that's
this
pretty
is the
big.
biggest point.
Yeah. Right,
Interesting.
right.
There's no larger point like in the middle, or because there's nothing to attack out there. So just stopping this connection is actually bigger than anything white can do in the middle.
And that, no, actually also because you can, there's some aji, I mean, you can,
So there
attach
is
this
some
one too.
Aji against the whole group.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Blake is dead.
Wow.
I mean, this is core, but that's pretty
A
big.
coat would be it'd be a picnic for white, right?
Right. And then if you think about this one, in fact,
Mm-hmm.
that's good too. I mean, he can make this exchange.
He can fight back.
Yeah, right now, yeah, he can just connect.
Now he's connected. Not a coat.
But yeah, but I can jump.
And that's still
And
only
also,
one eye for black in the whole thing, right? Because white can make the shape on the left into a false eye, right? By pushing in.
oh right. So that's why he played this one.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Secure the eye
that's-
shape of the whole group.
Right.
I see.
So right now, yeah, black cannot play this one. I can just tell. Black. I mean, white cannot connect
White
this
can't
one.
just connect, right? It'd be too
White cannot connect. Yeah.
passive.
What should you think about this one right now,
Mm-hmm.
and then play here? But I guess
What if black
the
cuts?
black. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah. Right. I'm sorry. It doesn't work right now. Yeah, because of this cut.
Right.
Right.
Right. He'd be out.
So why should you think about this one? But black can just play here. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
And now if you've connected, that exchange is probably good for black, right?
that exchange is actually good for white. I mean, this exchange.
Which exchange? Those two? That's
Yeah,
good for white?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Because white should respond.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And now again, white is able to make that eye false on the left side, right?
Oh, white play this one.
Wow. That's kind of similar.
Mm. Mm. Oh, white didn't want to connect that one. Oh, why want to just give up the two stone after this one? He doesn't want to connect,
He's
and he
trying to
want to
give him up.
play. He want to play this one because that one is pretty big, very big.
He's giving up Sente to come back to 07.
Right,
Right.
right.
Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds great. Tell you
So
what, why don't we take a little break right here, and we'll let the players get
yeah,
a little farther out in front of us, and
okay, yeah, sure.
and leave some questions. If you guys have questions for us in the chat, go ahead and leave us some questions. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So talk with y'all soon.
Okay,
All
bye.
right.
Talk to you soon.
And hello, everyone. We are coming right back to the game here. If you're just joining us here, I am Andrew Jackson. I'm joined with my friend Myungwon Kim, 9-dan professional from the Korean Baduk Association. And we are commenting the second game of the best 2 out of 3 series between Lee Sedol and Ko-jae for the Samsung Cup semifinals, which is a major tournament. They're playing for a prize of over $250,000 US. And Myungwon, when we went for the break here, you said something that I wish the camera had been on for. You said, I just have this feeling that Black is going to win by 1.5 points. And I said, how do you know? You say Black's ahead by 1.5 points. It was so decisive.
Yeah, so that's I mean, yeah, that's my sense.
That's his sense. And so and the word you used for it was his sixth sense that Black is ahead by 1.5 points. So
yeah, it's not very weird. I mean, the 1.5 point, it's kind of comfort zone.
Okay.
Comfort level the professional has. So yesterday, I kept saying that Ko-jae was winning, right?
Right.
And then at the end, he lost a little bit, and then he just made some safe move, and he won by 1.5.
He was winning by 1.5. He said all ended up
Right.
resigning the game, but he was winning by 1.5, right?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So at this time, I think Black is winning more than 1.5.
Okay.
But he's going to make some slow move.
He's going to make a slow move or two.
Yeah, for example, like this one.
Which one?
I mean, this one, the move that I just made.
Oh, this one right here.
So, they didn't play yet.
They didn't play yet. That's right. It took me a second to realize that this is your suggestion for the next move. This isn't actually. So what we're looking at, by the way, on screen, if you're just joining us, Myungwon is demonstrating the moves that he thinks can happen on the board on the right, and the small board
he
to
might
the
be
left.
very incorrect, but
No. But it's these are guesses. We're going to speculate on where the next move can land, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
for example, this move will be
N7
far bigger.
Right.
This move will be far bigger. But there's some RJ like this one.
Sure.
Like this. I mean, these are all center. Of course, White is not going to play this one right away.
No.
Yeah,
but then he can push in and make this a false eye.
Yeah, and this one is center, right?
Right.
This one will be center.
Right.
Then he can, for example, fight from something like this.
Sure. Just
And maybe,
all that just to get F9 in Sente. And once he's gotten F9 in Sente, now he can turn to J7 and start operations in the center with an extra stone. Right? By getting all of those force moves.
Yeah, if he thinks he's like a winner, definitely, then he can even play
something even more extreme.
He played this one. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he can even play this one. Very conservative move.
Sure.
Just
be
try
very
to
safe.
connect.
Right.
Yeah. But in fact, he played this one, which is biggest move.
Wow. Yeah. So he's stretching for as much as he can get here, huh?
Right. And then White, in fact, if you see White's move,
okay,
he played this one, right?
Yes.
If he push,
right,
then he can have center.
Huh.
This is center for White.
Right.
But playing this one first cannot guarantee.
Sure.
The winning.
Sure.
So,
it might not be enough.
Yeah. So he just make it somehow he want to leave some kind of attacking opportunity. Like this. So like again this one too. If you think about only one this move, saving this one stone, that's so small.
Sure.
It's not worth to save it.
So then,
but by saving this one, then he can probably attack the whole black group, and least this one is center right now.
Right. So the whole point of playing those moves are to preserve the possibility of attacking the whole group later on, right?
Right. So some possibility to catch up.
So Black has either read out that he doesn't have he's not concerned about this attack, or he feels like he can't take the time to play that slow move. Is that right?
Right. In normal circumstance, like this one or this one, this kind of weakness is nothing much. You don't have to worry about that.
Sure.
In their level especially.
Sure.
So
But with
yeah,
the
he's
big
just
group to the left, with that big
mhm,
group coming out of the upper left, then maybe those triangle points would be more of a concern. Is that right?
mhm, right.
Got it. Got it.
So right now, if you no, just let me show you.
Yep.
If you
This.
play this right away, this one doesn't work because black can leave. Black
Right.
can make another eye
You
on the
can't
left
play
side.
D11. Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
right.
Yep.
You can play this one.
Right.
And if white play this one is center. And there's no problem to save black group.
Right.
So yeah, that doesn't work.
But even with that
At
one
least,
extra stone, then it'd be okay.
right. At least white should have Samia here. And that one is center.
Right.
Yeah, that one is center.
Okay. So black has jumped out in the middle. White has made this large reduction move. Maybe we should take a second and talk a bit about the Samsung Cup, about the other things happening in pro events. So Myungwon, also I think maybe we should start by saying thank you very much for volunteering to do this commentary for us. It's really appreciated. I think that the the help that you've provided in helping get this project off the ground is pretty instrumental in helping bring coverage of pro games to the United States. Um,
Uh,
you've also been doing a lot of work with helping us establish our pro system, the American Go Association's system for certifying professionals. And I think we've had some fairly good results in some of the Japanese tournaments right now, right? With Andy Liu
oh, right. Yeah.
has recently won
Right.
some. Do you have any ideas on how our pros are doing as far as their studies? If it's because my understanding is that the new results are promising. They're showing that our guys are sort of developing in the right direction. Um,
Yes. So yeah, I was very surprised that Andy Liu won how many games? He won many games.
he won 3. He won
Right?
all 3 of his games in the preliminary stage
Oh,
against
wow. Yeah.
against Kansai Kian professionals, I believe. So.
Yeah, that was very surprising.
Mhm.
When I first tried to establish the professional system here,
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, American pros will be pretty weak right now,
Sure.
but they are going to develop, right? It's
That's
like
right.
right in for example, in 50 years ago in Korea, I mean Korea is definitely like a number one, or fighting with the Chinese professional as number one.
Sure.
But can you believe that like 60 years ago approximately, we are like a 2 handicaps away from Japanese professional.
So 1965, 1955, the 1950s and 60s, the top Korean
Uh-huh.
professionals would be 2 stones away from the top
Right,
Japanese professionals. Wow.
right.
So how were they able to build that system up? How were they able to become competitive?
So after we made a professional system,
Mm-hmm.
then it's getting competitive. There's a tournament, the competition, and then try to be strong. So it's just improve like gradually.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about the American professional right now,
Right.
they are not 2 handicaps away from top pros or like average pro. So yeah, we
As we're
have
seeing in the Sankei Cup, Andy Liu winning his 3 games against professionals in the preliminary rounds. It's a pretty
right.
pretty
So
promising event.
yeah, we have like a much better start.
So what do
than
you
we
think?
had.
What do you think? What resources do our pros need to be able to help compete? Can they use the internet? Are they able to study in a very similar way to the Korean pros or the Chinese pros?
Right. One of the very good perspective,
Yeah.
about American pro
Mm-hmm.
is that they have internet.
Mm.
Not unlike like 60 years ago in Korea.
Sure. Sure.
So they can find their opponents on the internet, whenever they want to play.
Right. How did
And
Korea do it in the 60s? How were they able to do it?
oh yeah, not even 60 in my age. When I was studying Go,
Uh-huh.
there's no
There's
internet.
no internet back then, huh?
So
Careful,
no,
Myungwon,
no,
you're
there's no
dating
internet.
yourself. Now we have a guess on how old you are.
Yeah, so I couldn't play that many games,
Mm-hmm.
especially with other strong players.
Right.
So when after right after I became a pro, we developed very very helpful, very innovative system to increase the overall level
Mm-hmm.
of professional,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's no today's view. It's almost nothing. Like it's just meeting in every Saturday and
Uh-huh.
play two games against other professional.
Just regular
And
groups.
we believed that helps a lot.
Right. Right. That
But
seems like such an
if you
unremarkable
speak
idea. Just an every weekday study session. Here in Seattle, actually,
right,
the Don players here have started a weekly study group. Where we're going to get together every
mhm.
Sunday and study. So does that mean that we can all expect to become professional in time? Is that maybe not?
You can expect to be strong.
Right.
Um, so but like a coach, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he said um the internet, internet game, like playing Go on the internet is what makes him strong. He just said on the interview.
Wow. All right, you hear that, everybody? Play more games on your favorite Go server. Playing games will make you
Hmm.
stronger. You just heard it. Kajay says that's what does it. All right.
Yeah, he probably played two couple of thousand games after he became a pro.
After he became a pro, he's played 2,000
Right.
games already online. That's amazing. Oh, by the
Mm.
way, actually, we have a commenter, Iha Jin, 3-dan professional from the KBA, also watching. Hajin Lee, you may know her as Haley on YouTube. She said that one of the ways that Korea was able to sort of bootstrap the professional system in the 50s and 60s was by sending their top players to Japan at the time, right?
Oh,
That apparently
right.
the promising players would be sent to Japan to study. It seems like with the internet now, we don't even have to do that, right? We can just,
No, no, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Andy Liu
That's
could be
how.
playing Kochie on Taijim already, and we don't know it.
Right. Yeah, that's how. Like those professional like in 2013 especially
Mm-hmm.
all the world championship
Mm-hmm.
were taken by Chinese professional, and every single of them, like six professional Chinese professionals
Mm-hmm.
won all six world champions,
Right.
and then every single of them played at least like a couple of thousand games on the
Wow.
internet. That's
Wow.
inside information that I heard from those like people working in
Sure.
Go server.
Every single one of them had played thousands of games. That's amazing.
Mhm.
And then,
Mhm.
what server are they playing on? Are they all on Chinese servers? Are they all on which
They play
servers?
only one server,
Uh huh.
which is Taijam.
Okay. They all play on
Yeah,
Taijin.
it's dominating the Go server because there are so many professionals. All the new professionals goes
All
into
the
that
new
server
professionals
to
have
make
to
it
get on
even.
Taijin.
Yeah,
That's a real
right. Even.
social network effect right there. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk
So
about the last half dozen moves here? It seems like there's.
yeah, I think Black lost a little bit here.
You said earlier that we were
So
heading for the end game already. Um,
right. So look at this move, especially.
mm-hmm. That seems
So
like
he
that
just make this.
conservative move that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, very conservative move,
Mm-hmm.
and because of this move, and he should probably protect another move in somewhere here.
He owes yet another
Or
move to protect. Wow.
right. Maybe yeah, there might be a more efficient move.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to, let's say, if you want to protect this one, it would be much better to protect from the beginning,
Right.
without playing this one.
Without playing at P7, that's right. Or O7.
Yeah.
That's O7.
So right now, the whole white group looks like you can still attack, right?
Right.
Let's say black can play here. It's attacking move. You can attack.
Right. Why not? Why not go after that whole
Yes.
group on the top?
Right. And then white probably supposed to make some inefficient move,
Mm-hmm.
after the attack. But right now, because those move and this some conservative move.
It's almost like
What
black is
can
giving white the freedom to sort of develop some space for his group on the top.
right?
Right.
There's some bad odds still left, like like this one or somewhere here, and white can even make some territory in the center. So in fact, black should play. I don't think black can play here though. It's it's too much loss.
This is too peaceful. White will be able to
Yeah,
turn to make some territory.
and look at this one. Yeah, and then look at this O7. The triangle stone.
Yeah.
It
Has
doesn't do much.
hasn't been doing anything. That's right.
Yeah, right. So if you want to play this one, then he should have attacked. He should have keep attacking
He
like
should
this.
keep up with that exchange. Right. Absolutely.
Right. But he was not very sure about his safety.
Hmm.
Remember, like this move, the center?
Do you think Koje is maybe showing his inexperience here? He seems to be sort of like vacillating back and forth between whether or not because he plays that first move at J9, but then decides, no, maybe I don't want to keep up with this. Is this maybe the
Oh,
nerves getting to him, or what do you
no, no,
think?
no, no. This one, I think this move was like an intentional move
Uh huh.
because after this one, he can why cannot make kind of bigger territory without this exchange.
Hmm.
This exchange, I can probably attach somewhere here.
If he hasn't made that exchange, White will
So
be able to make some territory, right?
yeah, I think that exchange was intentional.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think when he made this move, he didn't pay that much attention to what's going to happen next.
Right. Right. Interesting.
So yeah, at this time it seems like clearly he black lost. In on all of these exchanges, black lost.
Those exchanges all benefit White more than they benefit Black, right?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you look at the white shape. White is making territory in the center.
Right. White's shape is going to be much more useful there than Black's is.
Okay. Yeah.
And so here's
Black
Black's
shape,
move to
yeah.
forestall that territory in the center.
Oh.
Oh, so now White's trying
Oh,
is gonna
wow.
get his
Yeah,
sente moves
he's
in the
trying
middle.
to do something here. Yeah, that's so bad, Azi. That's actually why I insisted that
On F9.
Koje might be playing here. So right now, yeah, probably I didn't see the move, but next move probably white white has some chance.
So you were saying also earlier, you were saying that another option instead of F9 was maybe
Uh,
Black J7.
uh, F9.
Instead of F9, you said that maybe Black could play J7, which is the Hane in the middle. That there was still some Aji in the middle connection. Do.
Oh, which one? This one?
J7, just one to the right of that square.
Oh, this one.
Nope, to
Oh,
the
this
other
one.
right. There we go. Yeah, you said that Black could consider playing there, that there was still some weakness there in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Could you
But
maybe explain the Aji that you're seeing there?
no, but in fact, this one is will be too much. He can make like a 10 points,
Sure,
almost
sure.
like 10 points in the center. So, when I say black winning or white winning, normally it's a very small difference,
Sure.
right? So, like in this much big difference, it can be well enough reverse the game.
Right. This would reverse the game right here if White were
Yeah,
able to
right.
get M12.
Oh, but he just played this one. That means he didn't aim to
Attack everything.
attack.
Huh.
Oh, I I have no, I have to admit that I misread.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I misread.
Well, that's allowed. You're doing live
Oh, okay.
things.
So,
You're on live television. It's definitely happening.
oh yeah, the code, yeah, of course, he's reading his better. So I thought at this time, why can remove the eye by center, and why can make it just one eye by center here,
Right.
and
But
then all this kind of move is center.
uh-huh.
But oh, can you see the next move? where black can play. Maybe not. And maybe this time he can play this one, but if it's like a urgent, let's say white made.
No, I don't know.
change.
I'm kind of stumped.
Okay.
After white has
So-
already pushed in there and made that exchange.
Right. So white is a kind of very strong here, like this.
I guess
Then if
I guess black could make a. No, it's not a ko.
Yeah, right now if black play here, it's dead.
Right, that would be dead. Yep.
Yeah, there will be dead.
Now it's worth pointing out you put some stones down on D13 and C13. You made that pushing exchange, and you gave white some more stones here to just isolate the situation on top.
Right. Yeah, black can just play here.
And now this
Yeah, just one eye by center.
right.
Mm.
Right, there's no follow.
So yeah, this move is just like a difficult to see because that's kind of empty triangle. It's the shape is bad. Yeah, so that's why. But yeah, if black can just leave in an emergency, then that weakness, somewhere here, like whatever here or this one, is nothing.
So Koje is
that's
fine here. So this was just an endgame sequence for Lee Sedol.
Yeah. Oh, he still protect this one, but okay. So until this much, if you
you think we should?
Nothing changed. Nothing much changed.
So we don't really
Right.
need to count again. What do you think?
Yeah, we can count again. Let's count. Yeah.
Okay, let's count. All right. All right, we're going to take a brief break here while we count things up again, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Talk with you soon.
Okay.
All right, everyone, we are back, and who we have here? I'm Andrew Jackson from the American Go Association. Joining me here is Myungwon Kim from the Korean Go Association. Thank you so much for joining us here, Myungwon. It's really great to have you. And as we're talking about this, it looks like although White was catching up a little bit, it looks like there's not as much there as we thought. That it is going to be difficult for White to mount any sort of a counterattack, and he may have a hole that's too steep to climb out of. Is that right?
Right. So yeah, he couldn't catch up after the this move. I told you after this move, I told you that it's going to be very difficult for for White.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he won this call, by playing this song.
Right.
But also he lost a lot, by making all these exchanges.
All of those exchanges in that co-fight. That's right.
Right.
They cost a lot.
Right.
That's right.
So yeah, he couldn't catch. And then Black's response was very good. He counted exactly correctly.
How much he
I
needed.
mean, yeah, by A, A and B, that was good enough. And it was good enough.
Got it. So it looks like we're sort of closing into the final endgame here with White, with Black with a fairly large lead on the board, maybe more than 10 points on the board,
Right.
which would give Black more than enough to progress into the finals. And I guess we should
Right.
sort of take the opportunity here to sort of talk about, we mentioned earlier the development of the professional scene in the American Go Association. I guess one thing that we should ask is we've been collaborating with the Korean Baduk Association. What sort of expectations does the KBA have for the American professional system? Like,
Oh yeah, right.
surely you don't want us to become number one in the world. Like that's
Oh,
probably not what they have in mind, huh?
yeah, no. But who knows? Like in 20 years later. So we see in the long term.
Right.
So not only AJ, as we said, Korean Baduk Association and Kaba Korean Amateur Baduk Association, they try to promote Go as world game, not only like an Asian game. So yeah, the one of the best way we thought would be establishing like professional system, and then yeah, even though right now it's pretty weak, but as I told you before, right before the break,
Right.
Koreans were pretty weak at that time too.
And
when we
1950,
just
that's right.
yeah, 1960, 50. So it's just like a matter of time. I mean, it's right now it seems very, very far away, like 20 or 30 years. But if you don't start,
If you don't
it's
start,
not
you'll
going to
never get
happen.
there. That's right. You have to take that first
Right.
step. So then, what sort of steps are there on this road? Like, if we have this path to walk down, how can we sort of develop this, and how can the KBA sort of help us with that?
Oh, so no, KBS help is kind of limited. It's right now it's all AJ. AJ started,
Right.
and then the AJ is leading
Right.
this system. So right now maybe it has to give some incentive to youngsters to study Go and try to be very strong.
Okay.
But again, right now it's not bad. Okay, already Andy, for example, could go to Japan and win tournaments and then earn some prize. And then if you want to go to Korea or China, then they provide all the tuition and
Sure.
sometimes
Sure, and help them
accommodations.
study there. That's right.
Right? Yeah, it's uncomparable. Comparing to what we were in back in 90s.
That's right. We have a lot
60s
of
or
resources
50s.
available for
Right.
sure.
Right.
So
So
I guess another
yeah,
question is we do have another pro qualification tournament coming up. I guess in January, we're going to
Right.
to pick another American professional. You were with us in Boston last year when we ran that qualification tournament, and you helped provide commentary. I don't know if you recall, but we did some commentary on KGS between the final game between Ryan Lee and Eric Louis.
Right.
Do you have any thoughts on this upcoming field? Is our field going to be strong? Do we have a good group of players? Is there anyone you have your eyes on?
Yeah, there are a couple of very strong players. They're almost as strong as Andy, I guess. So yeah, I'm a referee, so I've been
Oh,
all
so
the
you're not. I'm sorry. I
professional
don't want to
tournament.
put you in a position where you have to make any comments here. As referee, probably shouldn't have you
Uh,
speculating on the outcome of the tournament.
but yeah, I can give the commentary too this time.
Sure, sure. And as long as I think,
So
as long as our quality of players is, is staying at a high level, I think that implies that we're going to be going in the right
mhm.
direction, right?
Yeah, right. So I think we are doing good, for now.
Mm-hmm. So how about resources? We already know that uh, our strong players in training
Mm,
are able to play games on the internet, against pros on Taijim. How can we
right.
make sure that like the other resources that they need, like the very strong
Oh yeah,
Sumego
okay. That's a
problems
very
or
good question.
game
Right.
reviews
So
and
yeah, Sumego, in terms of Sumego, I have a this story. I think I told you before,
mm-hmm,
or maybe some other workshop. But when I solved the life and death problem,
mm-hmm.
when I was becoming a pro,
Yeah,
the most difficult problem is the matter of how long it takes for me to solve.
right, right.
Maybe 15 minutes would be the most difficult
Wow,
problem existing at the time. Not only me, like all the professional think, oh yeah, go problem, yeah, I should solve like less than 10 minutes.
right.
Or
All
if
problems,
I
just
if I
period.
spend like a 20 minutes, then it's what a shame,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
something like that. The go problems you must solve. You must be able to solve.
Right, right.
Right now, there are a bunch of life and death problems so far I couldn't even solve.
Wait, are you? Wait. So you're saying that it used to be that you could always solve problems, not as a matter of if, but a matter
Right,
of when. But now the
exactly,
problems are so hard that there are some problems that you can't solve.
exactly.
So how did this? Who's making these problems? Where do they come from?
So they're all professionals, of course. All professionals might made this problem, but these problems are sometimes not published.
Hmm.
So as amateur, you don't get it. But I could get those problems sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because they're
You
sending me
you still have
those
your pro
those problems.
connections. Someone will be like, "Hey, Myungwon,
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you get
right.
this problem?" And you got to be like, "I don't know, can I?" So, right.
Yeah, right. So this trend, started actually thanks to Lee Sedol.
Hmm.
The Lee Sedol emphasized about the reading, and his reading at the time was far better than rest of professional.
Hmm.
So everyone realized that reading is really the core, capability that you should have.
To let you, drive this up.
Right,
Right.
right. Especially the time becomes like a shortened and shortened. For the world championship like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you should read, much many as many variations as possible with very high
Incidentally,
quality.
while you
Yeah.
mention that right now, I'd like to point out that Lee Sedol is in byo-yomi, and Kojie has something like an hour and 15 minutes of time left. So,
Oh, really?
yes. So, in this one, Lee
Yeah.
Sedol has been thinking on the clock almost the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right, right. Yeah, that's what happens.
Kojie really seems like he knows that he's in commanding lead in this game.
Right.
Goodness.
So yeah, everyone studies, life and death, and
Mm-hmm.
they try to make life and death problem. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it helps. Making life and death problem helps to improve your reading too.
Sure. Sure. To
So
make
that's why, yeah,
yeah. So to make them is
that's
also like one of the things that has helped people get stronger.
right. So that's why right now there's so good life and death program. In other words, the uncomparable materials,
Right.
studying materials they
Right.
have.
Wow. Well, that must be. I don't know. I'm kind of jealous of kids these days. They have all those. I know that. So I learned the game from my father, and when he tried to learn in America, the number of
Mm-hmm.
Go books that you could read was maybe a dozen total.
Oh,
And
right.
there's exactly one person he could play, and that's all he knew. And so as a result,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't get any stronger than 15Q or so. But it's the incredible leap from having 12 books in English in total that you can find in the whole country to the internet and special Sumego packs that are passed around between professionals. It's a pretty exciting time. Is that one of the reasons why you think like the new crop of pros are getting stronger?
Yeah, right. Not only getting stronger, the time they become pro has shortened too.
Really?
So yeah, in my time, most of professional, except like very few exceptions,
Mm-hmm.
it takes 10 years to be a pro.
Hmm.
So it's like someone said like a 10,000
10,000
rule
hours, right? Yeah.
yeah, 10,000 hours to be an expert. Yeah, that applied, to go to. But right now, like, those very talented kids, they become pro in 8 years.
Wow. So Ke here, actually, he became pro at age 11, um, which I think
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of amazing. So,
So 8 years. So even if you started at age of 3, it
right.
takes only eight years, right?
Wow. So that's a really impressive time frame right there.
Right.
Hmm.
So there are some other facts too. The internet, in fact, it really helps, after you become a pro.
Right. Because it helps you
Because,
get those
yeah,
high quality
right,
games,
right.
right?
Yeah, and then just by playing games, you can learn by yourself just by playing a game. But
Hmm.
it's difficult to learn by just playing game by yourself when you're in amateur.
Sure.
So it helps when after you become a pro. But the other one right now,
Mm-hmm.
which is significantly different than previous generation,
Mm-hmm.
is that the teachers, these days,
Mm-hmm.
when just when I was learning Go, I was staying in my professional teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and like a 1 year I could play only 2 games with him,
Hmm.
or I review only couple of games,
Right.
in the entire year.
Right.
It's not because he was like a bad teacher. I mean, that's
He's
the
just busy.
to,
He's
like
got
a
as many
atmosphere.
students as he has, right? Yeah.
No, he didn't have he had only 2 students, but
Okay.
but at that time it was like that. You should we believe that if you want to be strong at Go,
Mm-hmm.
you should be enlightened by
Hmm.
yourself,
That
not by
it's
your teacher.
an individual process, huh?
Right.
Huh.
That's kind of wrong concept from Japan, I believe.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's totally wrong. I mean, you can learn from your teacher much better than just by playing yourself and try to be enlightened by yourself.
So then the internet would have sort of a reinforcing effect on this, right? Like, so for instance, you got to play Lee Sedol, right, a few times, right, and Lee Chang Ho as
Right.
well, right? And
Mhm.
and I think that you played them earlier in your career. Did you learn a lot from your? Does that mean that as a pro you have to learn from your tournament games when there is no internet to play with?
Right. In fact, as I told you yesterday, I have actually better game record against Isedo. I won more games than I
That's
lost.
right. We established
Yeah,
also you
because
have a similar record against Ke, where you've never been defeated by Ke, right? That's right.
yeah. So when Isedo became a pro, I was actually stronger than him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I learned a lot against Lee Chang-ho. He
Mm,
was invincible, when I became a pro.
right,
And I learned only 2 games. I played only 2 games, entire my whole professional career.
right. Against Lee
But
Chang
then
Ho.
I learned a lot, right?
So,
So can you imagine that those kids like Koji play like 1,000 games, from those top players?
right. If he's playing 1,000 games on Taijam, not only does he learn a lot from getting a chance to play his 1,000 games against all those other people, but he's also helping bring everyone else up as well. I mean, that's 2,000
Yeah, that's
games that
right.
other people got to play against Ke, right?
Hmm.
So it's kind of a virtuous cycle there where it reinforces each other.
So if you look at the game
Mm-hmm.
carefully, I mean, as actually for me, if I look at the game carefully,
Mm-hmm.
the quality of game, professional game, when, for example, Lee Chang-ho, won the first world championship
Mm-hmm.
against the Lin Haifeng, I think, 1991 or something.
Right.
And and if you see like today's game, that's almost like a one handicap difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So soon. So how many years is that?
So, so only 25 years,
And it's one we've gotten one handicap better. Hmm.
right? So that's so like a rapid, development. And the center of that development is internet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that contribute the most, I
So,
think. And then
so a
like
question for you: if the professionals are improving at this rate, you may have heard also that the artificial intelligence, people writing computer programs to play Go, have also improved, but they seem to have plateaued now at about a 6 dan, 5 6 dan level amateur.
mm-hmm.
Do you think that
Right.
the pros are going to be able to continue to improve faster than, for instance, computer programs?
It'll be very difficult, after that because there's no such a thing as internet. I mean, as the
Sure.
next one.
We don't have
Yeah.
another way for humans to
No,
level up. Hmm.
I think so. Yeah. You probably know better. You work on Google, right? So
Uh,
are
I
you
I can
are you
neither
working
confirm
on
or
some?
deny any plans for a Google-based, super
Oh,
intelligence.
okay.
I
Yeah.
can't. I couldn't talk
Yeah.
about it. I mean, come on.
Okay. Yeah. So unless they invent something like a crazy thing, then it's not going to happen. But in fact, I have only one method,
Hmm.
left.
Which is?
Right now, I was talking about like a teaching, like a teachers, right? From learning from pro. Those kids, they can learn from a pro directly. They just sometimes those Chinese kids they stay in professional's house
Mm-hmm.
and learn from the pro like, every day,
Directly.
right?
Just do that directly, right?
Yeah, directly every day. That didn't happen before,
Hmm.
but still when they started getting lecture from a pro,
Mm-hmm.
it's already they're like a 5 dan
Right.
or 6 dan. They
Right.
are very close to be a pro.
And at that point, you've already learned
As lo-
so many bad habits. I mean, it could be
right,
really
right,
hard.
exactly. So as long as I see there are not many kids will learn from when they start or maybe like when they're like a 3Q.
Mm-hmm.
So if they learn from very early, when they're like a Q level, from pro directly and then study every day,
Right.
and it may make some difference. But other than that, I can't think of anything else
Hmm.
right now.
That would be the only way that we could continue to keep improving.
Right, but it's kind of risky. I mean, to learn from a pro is the tuition is way more expensive, right?
Hmm. You
But
could spend a
you
lot of
don't know
money without anything to show for
yeah,
it.
you don't know your kids will be a pro
Right.
or really strong. So you may think about the rate of return, and then yeah, it's
Well,
maybe
I think if you
difficult.
if you think about those, you probably don't make this decision anyway, because I think, like when you study to play golf or tennis,
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to be
Oh,
Tiger Woods, but nobody realizes that there's only one Tiger Woods, and your odds of like it's not a rational decision to begin with. I think you have to sort of want to be doing it, right?
uh-huh.
So
Right.
if the idea is that this is going to bring you fame and fortune, I don't know. We say this, but Lee Sedol has won a ton of money in his lifetime career. The Samsung Cup here has a prize of $250,000, and he's won it 4 times. And this is just one of
Mm-hmm.
the major international tournaments that he's won over the course of his career. Kujie won the Bailing Cup, also had a prize of about $250,000, and he's having a very strong showing right now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and actually, so you mentioned this idea of training with pros and having this regular play every day. Kujie was on the Chinese City League team with Park Ji-won in the
Mm-hmm.
2014 season, and he apparently won almost every single one of his games in that league. Um,
Oh.
and shortly thereafter, he beat Park Ji-won in the Bailing Cup. Do you think that
Mm-hmm.
they that their training together on the team was part of what helped him get stronger here in 2014? Or
Um, I don't know, not necessarily, but he, Koje, all the national team,
mm-hmm,
Chinese national team, they live together and they study together
mm-hmm,
in their association.
right,
So yeah, that helps a lot. One of the other criteria that recent professionals are way stronger than those professionals in my age is the group studying.
right.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
That group study is really important, huh?
right. And then in my age, like some I told you this one too. The more one of the most popular method, to be strong is to go to temple,
Yeah, it
like
was to go
and then
to go
just
sit on a
live like
mountain
a
and to
monk.
just ponder the infinities of Go, and suddenly you'd come back a stone stronger, right? But
Yeah,
most people
right.
wouldn't, right? It didn't work very well.
That is the most stupid method to study Go.
Okay.
Yeah, you always should learn from other people.
Time for me to go call all my friends who are sitting on mountains here.
Yeah, just to make him come back.
Hmm.
So yeah, Chinese professionals did it. No, earlier than we did.
Hmm.
So I mean, Korean Baduk Association realized that really helped for Chinese professional to be outstanding. So we made national team too. Yeah, 2 years ago.
And had that
Right
national team
after,
study together.
right.
Right.
So we see some very clear improvement.
Got it.
So we are not that behind, from Chinese professional.
Right. So, so what sort of which tournaments are your favorite? Which tournament format? I know there's a couple of these team tournaments, like the Nongshim Cup, is a
Mhm.
win and continue, where each team has a roster of people and they all play against each other. Are there any teams that you think are more or tournaments that you think are more interesting to watch than others, or
I like I like Samsung Cup. Yeah,
Samsung Cup?
actually. Yeah,
Be-
it's just like a normal format,
uh,
but I like it because I was there too. I was like semi quarter finalist.
uh-huh.
So yeah, every time I see Samsung Cup,
Uh-huh.
that kind of reminding me
It has good memories for
of
you.
my like a heyday. Yeah,
Right on. Right on. That's great.
yeah.
All right. So
So
the end game has been proceeding here. Have we seen anything remarkable happen in the end game?
no, it's the end game. No, they're not going to. No, Koji is
Mm-hmm.
not going to make a mistake at end game, of course. So there was a time, end game was very important, especially like Lee Chang-ho
Mm-hmm.
was was like a top,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, his end game was far better than other professional. But
Ichang
right
House.
now, everyone's end game is like Lee Chang-ho's end game, like 20
Ah.
years ago.
So that margin has totally closed. The margin
Yeah,
of
right.
losing in the end game.
And then end game also you have to read a lot.
Mm.
End game is also reading,
Right.
part of reading. So reading is stronger. So end game is stronger too.
Right. Hmm. So as everyone's
So
reading increases, everyone's end game has also similarly increased. How
right, yeah,
many?
they go together.
So you also gave that endgame workshop when you were in Seattle last, and you gave an endgame workshop which, for those of you at home, the endgame workshop featured infinitesimals and infinite series, and endgame positions where a move would be worth 2 and a 16th point, for instance. So
Mm.
how frequently in tournament play do pros calculate out uh, the very complicated end games where things are worth tiny fractions of a point, an eighth here, a sixth there? How often does that
Yeah.
happen?
No, not very often. Yeah, that
Okay.
doesn't have very
Ah,
much. No, all the professional can most of professional I would say can calculate very like a fraction of end game,
right.
but it has to be almost like a half a point because
Before they start
I
doing it.
mean yeah, but yeah, this is the thing. There's a thing. So they cannot really calculate one eighth, for
Hmm.
example, but they can see that between quarter and zero, something like that.
Sure.
I mean, they can calculate approximately.
Okay.
So in many times, that's just good enough. You don't have to be that much accurate.
Got it. Got it. Because I was going to say, I've been trying that now in my online games, and I keep losing on time. I can't understand it. It's really sad.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, don't do
Don't
that.
lose on time.
That doesn't
Okay.
help. Right. Mhm. Okay, let's count one last time.
All right, let's count one
So
last time.
it's yeah, pretty much done.
Okay.
So, do you want to take a break, like 5 minutes?
Sure, we can take a 5 minute break while we
Yeah,
count.
yeah,
If you guys
yeah.
have any questions from Youngwon, you have any questions about the game, you want to ask us any questions about, um, you know, anything, feel free to ask us some questions in the chat, and we'll be right back. 5 minutes. Talk with you soon. Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm Andrew Jackson here. We're watching just the very end here of the Lee Sedol versus Ko game, and I'm joined here by my good friend here, Myungwan Kim. Myungwan, thank you so much for joining us here
Oh,
for this game.
welcome.
I think
Yeah,
we're almost done. One of
yeah,
the
yeah, well done.
questions that I've gotten the most frequently here is, are we gonna do this again? Are we gonna do this again? Are we
Uh,
gonna stream more pro tournaments, and if
mm,
so, which ones?
mm, mm. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Just
Yes,
yes, just straight. We're gonna do this
yeah,
again. All right, you heard it
yeah,
here. We're gonna do this again.
right.
Um,
So yeah, this is this all the process like commentary
mm-hmm.
is based on the effort to make it go like a world game
Right.
from Korea. So we have this kind of project, Go Globalization Project.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So KBA and KABA, they try to do whatever they can do to make it popular in worldwide, not only in Asia.
Okay.
So they make this happen too. I mean, there's some rights like a recording and
Right. The
the
broadcasting
game
rights
living rights.
and
Yeah, broadcasting right and everything. Yeah.
thank you so much for helping us out with those. By the way, that's not something we would have been able to do without your help. So there
Right.
you go. You heard it right here first. We're going to continue to work with the KBA to secure the broadcasting rights and to do more of these professional tournaments from Korea and
Mm-hmm.
bring you guys more commentary. So
Right.
is there any particular tournaments that you're looking forward to broadcasting?
Oh yeah, some interesting tournament like Nongsin Cup you mentioned.
Yeah, the
Nongsin
Nongshim
Cup
Cup
is
with
very
the.
yeah, very popular one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Also,
So
the noodles are
there's some
delicious. So
yeah, yeah, you can buy it in Costco.
yeah, I'll say that
So
even before they sponsor us. No problem.
oh, so yeah, and then LG Cup and
Mm-hmm,
some Chinese some Chinese association sponsor tournament.
mm-hmm.
And income is not very frequent, but yeah, those are the top professional games,
Right,
the World Championship.
right.
Yeah, we can definitely do.
That's really exciting.
Mm,
All right.
right. So game is almost finished now,
Almost
and
finished now. So we took a break here to count. What was the result of the
right.
count?
Oh yeah, when I counted, it was almost like 11, 12 points. So
On the
nothing has
board.
been changed. Yeah, on the board.
So
So it's just the same.
black is ahead by about five points.
Right. So after Komi. So yeah, that's unchangeable.
Unchangeable.
So,
It's too much for
mhm.
white to reverse the game. So here's a question for you. Where is the point where you resign? How do you know when you say, okay, I can't
Uh,
make it up
it really depends on your mind, how
on your
important the game
mindset?
is, and then how much you are ready to design. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at this time, and like this game, it won't be weird that he resigned this game like a 15 moves ago.
Mm,
But yeah, it's very painful. I see, Isidore, feels very painful for this losing the game.
sure.
This one is like just straightforward. He lost from the beginning too.
Do we want to go back
So,
and maybe go over which we
oh
think was
yeah,
maybe the
right.
losing move? All right, let's
Oh
go.
yeah,
Let's go back and let's look at the major mistakes that we think might have
yeah,
happened in this game. All right,
right.
go for it.
Especially
Take it away.
For those who didn't listen from the beginning.
Right. So if you missed it earlier, here's
So
what we were talking about. So the opening looked like it was
yeah,
Black was really doing a good job of playing consistently and making all of his stones work together from the exchange in
mhm,
the lower right.
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 From this point,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he tried to concern. Yeah, you can mimic. You can try. Try to make every single stone as efficient as possible, especially in the beginning.
A great lesson for us amateurs, trying to make all of our stones
Right.
work together.
So that was his strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday and today that was Koji's strategy,
Right.
like this move,
Sure.
and also this move. These two moves, yes,
It's a
we want to make
very
sure that right his stones will be all alive, very useful.
mm-hmm.
Now all of this move, right? His majority stone is spent on the right side,
Right.
and also especially like this exchange. You want to make sure that exchange
Right.
would work for him. So
But it's also not like white has made any mistakes here. So far black has
yes,
been very consistent, but it's not like White has made any moves
No,
that are
it's just
obviously
yeah.
bad, right?
Yeah, you can notice this one. He just make it easy.
Hmm.
No, he just want to find some right timing to be leading, more easily.
Sure.
That's not only his specific like a game style, like a general game style. Today's
Sure, that
is like that,
patience is it's a useful
right?
approach.
So what I think White's mistake is this one.
Hmm.
So yeah, you can win the game like this kind of slow move. I mean, especially with Koja.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I think it's this is a good time to be leading. Having some initiative.
We also looked at P8 maybe as being a mistake as well. But is that maybe that P8 maybe could have also been a chance to take the initiative?
Even if you play something like this one, it's not like an initiative. It's maybe just big point,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Yeah, it can be just big spot.
I see.
But this one is somewhat different. This one just can initiating the fighting, especially this cross cut,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
So if this cross cut is good cross cut, then that means he lost a very good chance to be leading.
Got it.
So yeah, I cannot say for sure this is really like good fighting, because I have to read, right? I have to read all
Sure.
the
Sure.
variation, but
We
yeah, at
get the feeling
least
that that
that
would
could
be
be
more of a positive
right,
fight.
right, right. So yeah, there might be so many strategy like at this time you can play this one too,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like this one. I mean, it's just like a one simple example, but there might be many possible fighting here. There's so many things going on.
Right. Right. There's a lot of
Also,
different
this
ways that this fighting could occur. But either way, it seems
right,
like it's a way that Lee Sedol could maybe turn the game in his direction. Right.
right.
So there's that one. Were there any other major mistakes, or is this sort of where it
At at this time, I just feel that Black is winning.
already? Okay.
So yeah, already.
All right. Well,
So
we already have the game has ended. White has resigned. So
okay,
yeah, the
yeah.
game is officially over. So we won't be seeing a third game, as much as I'd like to see one.
Yeah. I'm so sorry that
Me
you
too.
lost it.
And that means
So at
Koje
this time, yeah.
has now made it to the finals of the Samsung Cup,
Mhm,
where he will.
mhm,
I don't have the results for the other game. I'll see if I can find that. Um, but either way, he will
mhm.
be competing against either Shu Yue or Tang Weixing for
Right.
the final $260,000 purse and the Samsung Cup Championship. This means that Koje
Mhm,
has knocked out Lee Sedol 2-0 and Park Jung-won
mhm.
2-0 both times that they've met in major tournament play.
Right. Yeah.
So
No,
who is going to be able to beat him?
My guess is that in fact, I should have studied his game, but I didn't. To be honest. But I just saw these two games, and then he's so flawless. I don't see any mistake from him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I heard too. So it's going to be Koje's era for
Hmm.
the next, I don't know, 5 years.
Wow. Wow.
So I think even Park Jang-hwan cannot, because Koje is only 18 years old.
That's right.
He can still progress.
He could still be improving. That's right.
Improve.
That's a scary
Right,
thought. A Koje who
right.
beats Lee
So
Sedol and Park Jung-won 2-0, 2-0, and getting
mhm,
better all the time. Man,
right. So he can be next Lee Chang-ho.
he could be the next Yi Chang Ho. All right. That's great to
Yeah,
know.
right.
Looking forward
Mhm.
to the new era of Koje. The king is dead. Long live the king. All right, everyone. I think that probably wraps up our broadcast here. So, Myungwon, thank you very much for joining me. Again, really
Thank you.
appreciate you having us on. I'd like to thank you all for joining us as well. It's really been great having you here. The people who helped make this broadcast possible include Dennis Wheeler, who was our game scribe from the AGA e-journal. Steve Colburn, who helped do moderation, Xiao Chung, Stephen Hu helped us with the graphics, and of course Mingo and Kim and the Korean Buddhist Association, instrumental. We could not have made this possible without them, so thank you very, very much. And I hope you all have enjoyed it, and we'll see you with the next professional tournament that we decide to do some commentary from. And I guess you'll have to subscribe down below, so subscribe to the American Go Association's YouTube channel. That's where we'll put it. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely please do so. And Myungwon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I guess we should just
Oh yeah,
say
one
goodnight,
more
everybody.
person. Yeah, thank you, Andrew.
It's
Yeah,
my
without
pleasure.
you, then I couldn't do this one. Yeah, and then hope to see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. All right, guys. Good night, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Good night. Bye.